everyone, it is Holly and I'm here with another series goals video. So I did do this last year. It is not the end of 2025 and this video did not go, or like this concept did not go great in 2025 for me. There is a little over a month left in the year, but it's definitely not gonna finish. There were several series that I did not finish, or even I think I've only finished 2, and I decided to not even read Shadow and Bone and all of that. So I did make some progress on some other ones, but did not accomplish this at all. So, but I am still going to take this with me into 2026 because I do want to finish series, and I have finished other series, which is still good, right? So I'm not holding it against myself. That being said, I am going to put 4 on this list that could potentially be finished before the end of the year because they were on my 2025 list. I don't actually think they will be. I think there's only a chance one of them gets finished, but I will probably at least make some progress on them before the end of 2025. So let's talk about those first. So the first one is the Heartstriker series by Rachel Aaron. This is a 5-book fantasy series, like urban fantasy. And this, I did want to reread the first 2 books, which I did. And then I read the 3rd book. So I have books 4 and 5 left. Book 5 is a chunker. And I do think that one will get read before the end of the year. Book 5, I'm not as sure about, but book 5 is shorter. So maybe I'll be able to sneak it in. I don't know. I have like a broken nail, but it's like broken so low, but it keeps catching on things. Anyways, next is the Like Us series by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I did make very good progress on this. I only have 2 books left. And I was in fact able to get them on audiobook. So I do think I will just continue reading that. This also, I feel like I might read one more before the end of the year. Not sure. That last one is freaking huge. So I don't know. And then Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. This is probably the one that I'm like the saddest about, that I have made no progress on, but I'm also like terrified to read these. Like, I love the original Poison Study trilogy so much, and especially the first book, Poison Study. It is like literally the perfect book. Like, so I am so scared to go back into this world, but I do need to read these. So I'm going to try hard. I don't think I will even make progress on before the end of the year. We shall see. And then last is Fables, which is a graphic novel series by Bill Willingham and many others. I have 6 left, I believe, in this. I just finished 1. And this I feel like might get finished by the end of the year. I may end up trying to start prioritizing this. With the last one, I was reading it kind of like a chapter or like an issue at a time, basically, within the bind up. And I think I actually enjoyed it reading it that way more. So I may just start doing that with all of them and kind of just like reading like 1 chapter a night. We'll see. So, before I get into the new ones, this one of these is a lie, but we'll get there. I will say I made the decision that on this list, none of them are going to be series that I need to start. It is literally just series that have already started and I need to finish them, because I feel like that is more likely to set me up for success, you know? So, and also these are all series that I own for the most part. There is 2 that I don't actually own them. One, I own some books in the series, but not this particular one. But I really wanted to focus on books that were on my shelves. So the first is the Paradox trilogy by Rachel Bach, who is also Rachel Aaron. I read the first 2 books in this years ago, like 6, 7, 8 years ago. So I do need to reread the first 2 before I can read the 3rd one. If you can hear anything, is Franny scratching. I'll screws under the bed. It's Franny. She has a scratcher right over there. So So yes, I do need to reread them, especially because I do remember them being a little confusing. These are like a sci-fi space opera. Next is one that I do not own, but these are on Kindle Unlimited, and that is The Malediction Trilogy by Danielle L. Jensen. I have read the first 2 books, so I just have the third one left. The first one is Stolen Songbird, and I'm enjoying this series. I don't like it as much as I like The Bridge Kingdom and like A Fate Inked in Blood and everything. But I am still enjoying these. Trying to decide if I want to read the like companion novella. If you have read these, let me know. How much is that going to break my heart? Should I put myself through that? I do have it taken out of my, it's been on my Kindle Unlimited, both of them, like the whole year. And I just have not read them. Next, this one actually like was on the 2025 list, but I know there's no way I'm picking up either of the books before the end of the year, so didn't even put it on that earlier list. And that is Illuminae Files by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. This did not pick it up. I don't think I need to reread Illuminae before I read, I think it's Gemina and Obsidio. And I don't know why I haven't picked these up. I feel like they're big books, but I think they're going to go very fast. And because it's like multimedia and stuff. But I'm tempted to try to take these maybe on like my vacation. I have like a fairly long vacation in February. And so like maybe I'll bring these with me because I feel like they'll be fast, engaging reads. So like it might be fun to read like on the beach, at the pool, whatever. I don't know. Maybe. Next is one that has been on my shelf forever, and that is Briar You by Elle Kennedy. No, I have not read the last book in this series, which is The Chase. I don't know why. Why? I've read subsequent series. So I've just never read this book. So I own it, multiple copies of it. So I should just read it, you know? But I have not. Next is the Hell's Bells trilogy or series. It's 4 books by Sarah McLean. But I do own book 3 and I just haven't read it. So I have to read that, and then the 4th one. This is historical romance. I really enjoy Sarah McLean's writing. So why am I not reading these? I don't know. I mean, I haven't been in too much of a historical romance mood, but I enjoy historical romance when I read it. And I do have some grand plans for 2026 and reading vlogs and rereading some historical romance series. Just so I have an excuse to reread them and maybe talk about them. And maybe historical romance will have a comeback. I feel like it's gotta happen eventually. I don't think we're quite primed for it yet, but it's gonna happen. So I want to be prepared, you know, to give you all the recommendations that are like not Julia Quinn. Although I have been wanting for years to do a early Julia Quinn reread vlog, because I feel like people just mainly talk about Bridgerton with her. So, and I enjoy Bridgerton, but like some of her earlier books are some of my preferred books, you know. Anyways, next is Brutal Birthright by Sophie Lark. Why have I not read this? It's just the last one, Heavy Crown. That's the only one I haven't read in this series, this 6-book series. It's on Kindle Unlimited, I assume still, hopefully. So I need to read it. Plus I do own the like continuation series of this. I bought it impulsively, but I believe the first book in that series follows the child of this couple. So I feel like I can't even go into that series and see if I'm even interested in it until I read this one. So those books are just taunting me on my shelf. Is the Bridge Kingdom series by Danielle L. Jensen. Now, technically, I'm just talking about the like 3rd duology, but it's all the Bridge Kingdom series. So I do own the first book, The Twisted Throne, in physical copy, and these books are released as audio like exclusives when they first come out. So, and she will give you a cliffhanger. So I was like, well, I'm not going to read it. I'll buy it, but I'm not going to read it. But the last one comes out next year. So I will buy it. And then my plan is to read those. They're usually on Kindle Unlimited too, but I enjoy these books. I enjoy her. So I'm more than willing to support her. So as of right now, not counting the books that I'm going to have to reread, which is really just 2, I think, 21 books on this series. So 23 with the rereads. So I feel like that's not too bad. And some of that might go down. So we might be like 20-ish I feel like maybe by 2026. That feels like an achievable goal. And I'm thinking about toying with my reading goals for the year, like still basically saying 100 books, but like maybe trying to do something different, maybe doing like a bingo board or something, and having series, not just this, but like other series being included as well. That is my 2026 series goals. Hopefully 2026 goes better than 2025. But it is what it is, you know? So thank you so much for watching. Bye.